Hey riders, welcome to another video in our adventure motorcycle review series. I'm Eric Lange with Ride Adventures. I've been riding and guiding motorcycle trips around the world for over 10 years now. Today I have with me Yamaha's new Tenere 700. Highly anticipated middleweight adventure bike. Great for travel, great for dirt riding, great for the pavement. Come along for a ride with me. I'm going to talk about what I think and what I feel about this bike and hopefully help you decide why you might like it too. So let's go for a ride. ABS is off on this beautiful machine. Let's go for a little ride. Storm coming in, by the way. Let's see what we got. Anyway, here it is. Yamaha Ténéré 700. We've been waiting for it. We've been hearing rumors. And I'm honestly going to say Yamaha delivered, folks. I got very little bad to say about this bike. You know, on the good side, to begin with, the stature. I just love the overall shape and feel for this. You know, maybe that's because I'm sort of a guy that's always looking for the dirt riding opportunities, and so I like these more slightly rally type shaped bikes, you know, a little more upright and narrow and sort of slender and dirt bike like, as opposed to a more squat bike. You know, some of the bigger bikes tend to get that way, but this one's got this athletic tall stature that I like very much. It fits well between the knees. I can go into the standing position real quick. Use the bump there. You can go standing, sitting, and I've got to be a nice ability to grip the bike between my knees, and the tank isn't too girthy, it's not too slim. You know, some riders have mentioned that in front of the front shin there's this sort of bulginess of the, I guess that would be the transmission, is it? The clutch assembly down there. We'll try and show that in some B-roll, but the I'm not feeling it. I'm not incredibly long-legged. So by the way, to help you fit yourself, I'm about 6'3", I'm about 240 pounds, but I'm only a 32-inch inseam on all these blue jeans I've been buying over the years. And so as a point of reference for you to compare yourself to this bike and see if you would fit as well, I have no problem fitting on it. It's just absolutely great. My front shin is not touching that spot I just referred to on the clutch assembly on the right side. You know, ultimately though, as far as its stature overall, this is what I would call in the middleweight category, an adventure bike. You know, twin cylinder, middleweight, 400 to 500 pounds. You know, it's not because of my weight and stuff and my inability to drive past the burrito shop by my house instead of stopping in almost every time. I'm sort of heavy for a bike like this, but absolutely not too heavy for a bike like this when I want to go out for a rally type ride like this and really kick it around a little bit in the dirt and have some fun. Yeah, moments like that right there. A couple little ruts have formed and everything like that. I love the 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheel combination on any bike that I'm going to end up off-road. You know, some of these adventure bikes have the 19 front or even, you know, 17 rear, and it's okay. But if I'm going to use a bike for these situations and encounter little ruts like I did back there, I just like the bigger footprint of that 21-inch front. Yeah, you lose a little bit then in the, excuse me, the paved twisties. It doesn't bite like a 19 or a 17 front would. But 21, you know, I'm not getting paid to do this at any record speed or anything. I'm just out having fun. And so this combination, the stature of this bike, the way that I fit into the cockpit here, just Yamaha, you did it. You really did it well. That engine that you're hearing, not only do I love the sound of it, but what a great 74 horsepower they packed into here. It doesn't sound like much when you hear about KTM 790 Adventure having 95 horsepower, and of course the big 1000cc bikes all having even bigger engines than that. But 74 does really well when it's you know, a great consistent power all the way through its range, down low and up high as it peaks. It actually jumps a little bit at 6,400 RPMs. I feel like it has a little thrust there, but not something that you're going to lose control of, not something you're going to regret having, just a little more excitement as you're getting up near that 74 horsepower mark. That's right, we do have a couple of raindrops that might be showing up here, folks. That's fun. don't get that much in the high desert here of Central Oregon this time of year, so we're pleased to have even a few drops of rain to help keep fire control and stuff like that down. So, you know, another one of the finer points I've talked about in other videos about this bike is that I'm riding a bike made by Yamaha, and this is not to sneer at other manufacturers who don't quite live up to these standards, but at the end of the day, is there anything more reliable than a Yamaha motorcycle? Yeah, there might be, in that, you know, the Hondas and the Kawasaki's and the Suzuki's are also very, very reliable. And a lot of bikes these days really are reliable. I don't need to tease or sneer at anybody else. I'm going to turn around here. But really though, it's, you know, do you want to buy a bike and then have to spend time or miss out on riding opportunities because it's in the shop, or spend money on those types of repairs and things that need to be done? Most of us, I think, would rather just buy the bike and have the fun. Yeah, it's fun to farkle and add parts onto the bike and, you know, make it your own, customize it and everything, but when you can get a bike like this for 10,000 bucks MSRP in the US here, this first introductory year, 10 grand for this much machine on a quality bike with that much power and a brand with a reputation like Yamaha, I'm going to declare that this is one of the best values out there that you can get in the twin cylinder adventure bike world. Now, we haven't had a lot of time to really test this yet. Maybe the Tenere is going to have a boatload of problems that we haven't yet discovered, but, you know, just sort of going with the history of Yamaha, it's kind of hard to imagine there being too many issues. You know, part of what makes this bike a great value is that it is fairly simple in its offerings, and again, you know, mid to upper horsepower, nothing crazy like that KTM 790. Doesn't have all the electronic features, traction control. It does have ABS, which is easily switchable on and off. You can see that yellow light down there on my dashboard. That means the ABS is turned off right now, which is always my preference for the dirt, and it is turning off the front ABS too. That's another stinger. It gets me in some of these videos. I'm trying to do pivot turns and power slides on the Honda Africa Twin with that front ABS still stuck on, and you can see me going down sometimes. Just, it's really awkward when you're trying to sort of measure the resistance and implant, oh, chipmunk, the resistance and he was close. When you're trying to feel what you're doing with the front wheel, and you have essentially a computer system affecting that at, you know, a rate you can't determine. It's very hard in dirt situations with any ABS, I think, to do what you want to do, planting the front wheel and pivoting around it. Maybe we can show some B-roll of that and show you what I'm talking about, where it's not always easy to do a pivot turn. But anyway, back to the fact that this is a fairly simple bike. They didn't put a lot of software and technology into it. You got an engine, you got a transmission, you've got ABS, which is, of course, help many riders stay safe, but awesome that you can easily turn it off for these dirt situations. And, you know, just less to preoccupy yourself with when talking about, you know, do you want enduro mode and do you want rain mode? There, you know, there's a point to those. I get it. You know, all the BMWs have these fancy road and enduro settings and stuff like that, and great if it's working for you. I'm not going to take much away from it, other than to say that there is an advantage perhaps to not learning to rely on those types of systems. Like, what if instead of, you know, the computer feeling for you what kind of slides to be allowed as you power your way into that. You know, it wasn't much of a power slide there, but excuse me, the not having the computer do it for you, but instead using your body, how you wrap your knees around the bike, your spine position, your curl, how pressure you're putting on your feet, how you're controlling the clutch and the throttle, the different revs of the engine, which gear selection you're in. I mean, that's that orchestra of riding that I think is such a great fun thing. And to learn to do these things and become a better rider by, you know, feeling them out yourself, to me, that's the way it is. I never forget test riding a prototype electric bike years ago. You know, there's basically a throttle, no rear brake, because the engine or the motor was the rear brake. But there was a front brake and basically acceleration and deceleration in the rear wheel. No gears, no nothing. Like, to me, that's alright. It's okay. I'm not going to say anything bad about it, but I enjoy orchestrating all that we do with 6 gears and making the right decision. Should I be in first or second as I go up that little climb right there? Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe we're better off as riders when we learn to do these things on our own. So anyway, great things I have to say about this bike. I think you'll enjoy it. What a great machine. We waited a few years after first hearing rumors about it, but Yamaha absolutely delivered. I love its size, I love its feel. When I want to ride a middleweight adventure bike, this is my choice right now. So hope you like the ride along with me. Let us know, are you buying one? Have you ridden one yet? What do you think about it? The comment section below, you can let us know, and be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button, you'll see future reviews that we got coming out on adventure bikes. So thanks for coming along, everyone. Take care.